Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to our next episode in our complete reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. In the previous episode, we saw how Sri Ramachandra moved to Chitrakuta, Lakshmana and Sri Rama built that Parnashala. In fact, Lakshmana almost does it by himself, and then they do the Vastu Homa. Sri Ramachandra ensures that all the Vedic rituals are followed. Then they enter the Parnashala and they are happy in Chitrakuta. They are living there. On the other hand, Sumnatra actually comes back to the palace. In the 8th internal chamber of the palace, he sees the king, and he gives the entire Sandesha that Sri Ramachandra sent to the king. The king listens to all that stuff. He falls down. Then the queens, they try to bring the king back to the senses. Kausalya and Sumitra make the king sit again, and now Kausalya Ma is talking to the king. She says, Ivam tasya mahabhaga dutam dushkarakarinah vanavasad anupraptam kasminna pratibhashase. She says, O Maharaja, this person Sumantra, he did something which nobody else could have done. Sri Ramachandra, who does acts which nobody else can do in the world, that person has gone to Vanavasa. This man went all the way till the forests and saw him off. So he has come back as Duta. Please talk to him. And she's saying, O Maharaja, Adyaiva Manayam Krutva Vyapat Trapasi Raghava Uttishta Sukrutam Testu Sokena Syat Sahayata. She says, O king, you did some things which should not be done. You gave boons, and to honor those boons, you did an activity which nobody else could have done. And now why are you feeling shy? This is not a time where you should be feeling shameful. See, at least you have got the punya of standing on the truth. You gave a word, that word was fulfilled. So don't cry. Anyone who is crying, he'll not get any help from the world. And Devayasya Bhayadramam Nanu Pruchasi Saradhim Neha Tishtati Kaikeyi Visrabdham Pratibhashyatam. You are afraid of Kaikeyi and you are not talking with the Saradhi, but please understand that that particular lady Kaikeyi, she is not here. Hence, please talk freely. Saying this, Kausalyama was not able to bear, the suffering anymore, and she collapses on the floor. On one hand, Dasaratha is not completely back in his senses. On the other hand, Kausalyama has just collapsed on the floor. Looking at this, all the women around, they started crying. After some time, the king first gets back to his senses, and then he again calls for Sumantra. Sumantra comes, and then Sumantra asks, O king, are you fine? Dasaratha says, I am okay, but Sumantra, tell me, where is Sri Rama? Under which tree is he surviving now? Till now, I ensured that Sri Rama was extremely happy in his life, but now what is he having for food? I am so worried about my son. My son is never used to sleeping on the floors. My son is never used to be sleeping on hard surfaces. I ensured that he always slept in a comfortable and cozy way. But O Sumantra, tell me, where is he sleeping now? O Sumantra, whenever my son used to go out, all Chaturangavalas used to follow him. Today, he is walking all alone. Sita, my daughter-in-law, how is she? How is Lakshmana? The forests are filled with carnivorous animals and black serpents. How are they living in that forest? Oh Sumantra, where are they? How are they walking? Now, listening to all this, Sumantra says this, Abraveen Mam Maharaja Dharmamevanu Anjalim Raghava Krutva Sirasapi Pranamyacha. Now, he looks in the direction of Sri Ramachandra almost as a Manasika Namaskara, and then he starts talking like this. This is what Sri Ramachandra has told. He did a Anjali to you, he did a Sastanga Namaskara to you, and he asked me to ask about the well-being of all the women folk and all the people in the Antahpura, and he informed me that he does not differentiate between all these people. And he also told me, Mata Chamma Kausalya Kusalam Chabhivadanam Apramadam Chavaktavya Bruyas Chaina Midam Vachaha. He also gave a special namaskara to his mother Kausalya. Dharmanitya Yathakalam Agnagara Parabhava Devi Devasya Padaucha Devavat Paripalaya. O mother, always keep your heart sthira, strong. Always keep your heart in dharma, and on a daily basis do Agnihotra. And in the Agni Griha, when father does Agnihotra, you assist him and save that fire. Also, you serve Dasaratha Maharaja, my father, the way you do upacharas to a god, and you show your respect and love for the god. Ahimanancha manancha tyaktva vartasya matrishu Anurajana Mariam cha Kaikeim Ambakaraya. Oh mother, please leave the pride, please leave the feeling that you are the Pattapurani or you are the chosen queen, and always stay nicely with all the other wives of my father, and ensure that the lady who needs to be respected, Kaikeyi, ensure that she is always in good mood with the king. Kumare Bharate Vritti Vartidavya cha Rajavat Ardhajyeshta hi Rajano Raja Dharma Manusmara. Bharata is like your son only, but always behave with him as if you behave with a king. Please understand that Bharata, once he becomes the king, he goes a few notches high in the protocol, and you have got to respect him. Please understand the Raja Dharma. And then Sumnatra also tells about, this only part is what I wanted to discuss in detail. At the same time, Sumnatra also tells about what Sri Ramachandra gives as a message to Bharata. Sri Ramachandra says, tell Bharata that I have asked about his well-being and put a request from my side that he has to behave in a very, very just way with all the mothers. Also inform Bharata that once the moment he becomes the Yuvaraja, he has to obey Maharaja and ensure that Dasaratha Maharaja is happy. Like this, Sumantra gives the entire Sandesa that Sri Rama has sent. All of them, they listen. And now Sri Ramachandra also has told a lot of other things, right? All that are told. Now Sumantra is saying, when I was coming back, I was looking at Sita. Her face was going pale. She was crying, and I saw tears in the eyes of Sri Ramachandra also. He was putting a pranam to me, but I saw him almost leaning on the shoulders of Lakshmana, and Sita was also having tears in her eyes as the horse driven chariot was coming away from them. And Sumantra also informs Dasaratha Maharaja about the way things are in Ayodhya. He says, "O king, you are not coming out. You are not in a situation to come out. But this is how Ayodhya is." Dasaratha Maharaja listens to all this. He feels very sad. He again asks about Sri Rama, again asks about Lakshmana and all. He listens to all that. Again, he asks about the people. Then Sumantra again says, all the people in Ayodhya are so disturbed that when I came back with an empty chariot, they all were very angry. They all were crying around and all. So listening all this, now Dasaratha Maharaja begins to speak. He says, Kaikeya viniyuktena papau bhijana bhavaya maya cha mantra kusalair vruddhai saha samardhitum. Ayo, look at the misfortune of ours. This Kaikeyi, with a very bad intention, she got poisoned by the Bandhujanas, and she ensured that all of us are going to weep. And I listened to that one lady. I did not even get time to consult with my friends, with my ministers, with all the people, and I had to do this activity. Oh Sumantra, what can I do? This whole trouble has come on to me because of the thought of gods. Oh Sumantra, if you think that I have ever helped you even a little bit, if you ever think that I have made even a smallest of acts of benevolence on you, please take me to where Sri Ramachandra is. My pranas, my life, it is waiting to go back and meet Sri Ramachandra. Oh Sumantra, I just cannot live without watching Sri Rama. So please put me on this chariot, take me there. If I can't see Sri Rama, I might even die. I am in a very, very bad situation right now, and if I cannot go and see Sri Ramachandra, my life will become a waste. Ayo Rama, O Lakshmana, O Sita, I am going to die like an orphan now. I have become an orphan, and I am dying like an orphan, and you three are not knowing about this. Like this, Dasaratha keeps lamenting at the loss of Sri Ramachandra, and then he looks at Kausalya and he says, the biggest trouble of my life is not having Sri Ramachandra along with me. The biggest trouble is not seeing Sita here. I am feeling very, very bad. I have only one desire. I want to see Sri Ramachandra along with Lakshmana. I am not able to see them here. This is not good. And says this, he keeps weeping till he again loses his consciousness and he again falls onto the bed. Now, when Dasaratha is weeping like this for Sri Ramachandra, Kausalyama, she now is very, very worried. And what would she do? What would Dasaratha do later? How are things going to unfold? Well, that's for us to discuss in our next episode. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om sarvam sukhi sasmara swam charanarvindar pramastu swasti.